Hello and welcome to Jedi Firefly Gaming's Basic Puppetmaster Guide. In part 1 of this video, I'll be showing you how to unlock the job, what gear choices and options you have, and also some basic soloing strategies and techniques. And then in part 2, I'm going to take some of these principles and put them into practice, and then show you some Puppetmaster solo gameplay and also some Abyssea XP party, hopefully. The first thing you need to know for Puppetmaster is you have to have the Treasures of Aut-Urgan expansion installed. You have to have access to Aut-Urgan, which includes doing the first 1 or 2 quests to gain access to the Aut-Urgan area. And you also have to have one of the first 6 original jobs at least level 30, which would be Warrior, White Mage, Black Mage, Red Mage, Monk, and Thief. One of those has to be at least level 30. One thing I will want to pass on about Puppetmaster is it is a very expensive job to play correctly. You will run into problems if it is your first job to cap, so I would recommend taking something else to level 99 first and making Puppetmaster your second or third job choice. It just is a very difficult job to play well if you do not have a decent source of income. So without further ado, let's begin to unlock the job. You start the job quest for Puppetmaster in Bastock Markets. So we need to go to the fountain in Bastock Markets in front of the auction house and talk to the Puppetmaster that is standing in front of the fountain. Talking to this Puppetmaster will get you a cutscene. Once you complete the cutscene with the Puppetmaster, you need to get yourself to Aut-Urgan Whitegate. If it's your first time going to Whitegate, you need to take the boat from Mahaura. If you've done it before and have finished one of the Lore of the Wildcat quests, you can use the Warp NPC in one of the 4 main cities to get to Aut-Urgan. But the next step of the quest is to get to Aut-Urgan, so I will meet you there. Once you've arrived in Whitegate, either from the ship from Mahaura or from the NPC Warp, you need to head to this spot on the map and speak to the Taru NPC. So let's go take care of that. And another cutscene will start. After that cutscene is completed, you need to head to the Automaton workshop at this spot on the map and speak to the NPC inside. So let's go take care of that part. And another cutscene will begin. At the conclusion of that cutscene, he asks you to go to Arrapago Reef to recover an old Automaton model for him. So the next step of unlocking Puppetmaster is to get to Arrapago Reef. This can be accomplished a couple ways. One, you can either take the boat to Nashmau and walk through Kadarva Mire, or if you've already done the first couple of Aut-Urgan missions and you've delivered supplies to the Azuf Isle staging point, it will warp you straight into Kadarva Mire and you'll cut out the boat ride. Either way, the next step is to get to Nashmau. Since this is a beginning guide to Puppetmaster, I'm going to show you the course of action that you will take if you have not done any of the previous Aut-Urgan missions, which would be to take the boat to Nashmau. It's the boat that leaves the northern port of Whitegate, as you can see here on the map. And it does take a few minutes to get there, so while you're riding the boat, have a snack, have some lunch. It takes about 15 minutes. Once you've arrived in Nashmau, before you head into Kadarva Mire, you need to make sure that you're able to sneak and invis yourself. Either have the abilities on your job or go to the auction house NPC that is right up here to get oils and powders. And right here is the auction house. So if you need to get oils and powders, you can buy them from him. If you've forgotten to get anything out of your Mog house or Mog safe, there is a Moogle upstairs that you can talk to access your Mog house. And he is right over here. Also, before you leave Nashmal, I suggest coming to the NPC right over here who sells most of the starting puppet parts for the Automaton. So you'd want to talk to him and purchase as many of these as you can. These are all the starting level Automaton parts that I will explain how to use later. Once you've finished preparing and made sure you have some way to warp back once you complete the quest, you can head out the north exit into Cadarva Mire. Once you're out into Cadarva Mire, you need to head to the Arrapago Reef entrance seen at this location on the map, and make sure you have Sneak and Invisible on to avoid Chigos in Cadarva Mire, which will still aggro you at level 99. And try to avoid imps that are true sight and will aggro you through your invisible, but they can be avoided by just running behind them. And once you get past the undead, the Arrapago Reef zone is right here. Once you zone into Arrapago Reef, you want to go ahead and put Sneak and Invis back up again. And you're going to run forward to the first shipwreck in the zone, located at this spot on the map. Once you get on the ship, you need to drop Invis to get to the question mark, which is located right here under the steps. What you want to be careful of is the snake aggro's sight, so you want to make sure you drop Invis when she is not looking at you. Basically just wait till she stops moving, faced away from you, drop Invis, click your question mark, get the cutscene, and then warp out. And hopefully live if you get aggro. Just like that. After you get the cutscene in Arrapago Reef, you need to head back to Abyssea. If you were lucky enough to warp out and live, no problem. If you did do that on a lower level job and the aggro killed you when you tried to get the key item, does not matter. You can just home point and get back to Whitegate. You do not have to live through that little section in order for it to count. You just have to get the cutscene. Once the cutscene is over, it doesn't matter how you get back. But once you are back in Whitegate, you need to go back to the Automaton shop and talk to the NPC there to continue the quest. Speak to him, and you will get another cutscene. Once you've completed that cutscene, he basically tells you that it's going to take him some time to research the model that you brought him. Basically what he's telling you is to come back the next game day, not the next real life day, but the next game day. Speak to him again, and you'll get another cutscene. If you're lucky enough to get here right at the end of the current game day, no problem. Wait till the day changes, talk to him again. If you arrived like I did at the beginning of a new day, it's going to be roughly a 30 to 40 minute wait. So we will see you when the game day changes. Okay, so once the game day has changed, go ahead and talk to him again, and you should get another cutscene. Once you come out of that cutscene, you need to go return to the Taru that you talked to earlier in the quest and speak to him. So let's head there now. And speaking to him will begin another cutscene. And when you get to the end of this cutscene, he'll actually ask you to name the automaton. So just pick a name from the list if you see one you like. There is a NPC in the automaton shop that will allow you to change the name and choose from a larger list. I believe it's about 10,000 gil, but he will let you choose a name from the list if you want to change it later. So you can now become a Puppetmaster, and he also gives you an animator. And that's how you unlock the Puppetmaster job. Next, I'll be showing you how to install parts into the automaton. To install parts into the automaton, you need to return to the automaton shop. Now you can do this on any job. You do not have to be on Puppetmaster in order to install the parts. You just have to have the job unlocked, and you have to have the parts on you. You enter the automaton shop, and you trade the part to this NPC. Once you trade the part to the NPC, she'll install it into your automaton so that you can equip it. And you just do that one at a time. You can't trade her more than one part at a time. You don't lose them. She'll only install the one in the first slot, so just trade them to her one at a time. There are several useful macros for Puppetmaster, including Activate, which summons your puppet, Deploy, which is how you make your puppet attack the monsters, Retrieve, which makes your puppet stop attacking, Repair, which you will receive at level 15, in conjunction with Automaton Oils, allows you to heal your puppet. The Dad macro is a very useful macro. Once you get the magic using automatons, what it does is it deactivates your automaton and then reactivates it so that it fills its magic back up. The very important thing to remember when using the Dad macro is to either have your activate timer at 0 or to make sure your automaton is at full health. If you use the Dad macro with your automaton below 100% health, it will not reset the activate timer, and you will have to wait 20 minutes before you can bring your automaton back out again. Maneuver macros are how our Puppetmaster controls the automaton's behavior. Every automaton attachment has a base element, and maneuvers activate the corresponding attachments. For example, the damage gauge is a light-based attachment, and having a light maneuver active will cause the damage gauge to tell the automaton to cure you at a higher health, and to cast cures instead of buffing or removing status ailments. Fortunately for Puppetmasters, subjobs that are useful for soloing are also useful in parties. Dancer is, in my opinion, the most important subjob to have unlocked and leveled, followed closely by Ninja. Both offer very good survivability, but Dancer seems to edge out Ninja for its utility in parties. Warrior is also a good choice to use for parties. Abilities like Berserk, Warcry, and Aggressor, combined with Sharpshot Automaton's high damage, turns the Puppetmaster into competitive damage dealer. Scholar is situational at best. It used to be used in combination with the Spirit Reaver to allow the Puppetmaster to join mana burn parties. With Dark Arts, it raised enfeebling magic skill high enough so that with decent enfeebling gear, the Puppetmaster could sleep monsters while waiting for the Spirit Reaver to cast. However, this playstyle for Puppet Masters anyway, it's not really been used since the release of Abyssea. Thief will always be the best sub job to have while farming. When you sub Thief and use the Soul Soother Automaton, it's like duo farming with a white mage. Gear choices for Puppet Master, to be honest, are complete garbage. Almost every single item that a Puppet Master can equip has some type of mage stats on it. The best advice that can be given in regards to gear choices is just finds anything that has melee stats on it. Haste, accuracy, evasion, strength, dex, AGI, any type of melee stats, and use that gear. Try to avoid gear with mage stats on it. So once you get your macros written and you're self-equipped, you need to get your automaton ready to go. What you need to do is go to equipment and automaton, and this is where you put the equipment on your automaton. As you can see, you can choose 12 different attachments, and they have to equal the elemental balances at the bottom of the screen there. So you can only have 5 flame, 5 wind, 5 lightning, and so on and so forth. So what you want to do is just choose the parts you want to use on the automaton. Really, on this low level starting automaton, the only one that you really I would really say is a requirement to have on is the damage gauge. The rest of them really are whatever you want to use. And then once you get all the parts plugged into the automaton, you just want to go ahead and use your activate macro to bring out the automaton. And you're ready to start going. To get started with your solo leveling, just come to the book in whatever starting zone you decide to start your Puppet Master in. Read about individual training, just choose one of the pages. I'm just going to choose the one that's 6 rabbits. Select yes, select it to repeat, and you want to go start killing stuff. So we want to try to find some rabbits, and you can also kill other stuff along the way. So basically what you want to do for Puppet Master is start attacking it. Get at least one hit so that the monster is attacking you and not your puppet, and then deploy him. Level 1, the only spell he has right now is Dia. He doesn't get Cure until the Automaton magic skill is 12. As of right now, it's 0 of 5. I believe he's able to get Cure around level 3 or 4. So that's what you do. Just pages, and more pages. Now, one thing you will notice with the low level automaton, he's not going to have a lot of magic. Like as you can see on my screen in the upper left corner, he is already, after one cast of Dia, pretty much out of magic. That's a problem you're going to run into until you get the actual mage automaton at level 10. So this is just how you have to roll it until you get to level 10, and you can do the quest to unlock the next automaton head and frame. Now, one thing you want to make sure to do when you level up is make sure you deactivate and reactivate the Automaton, because as you can see by the equipment list, magic skills are 13, 13, 13, because he does not level up when you do. You have to deactivate him and bring him back up, and then it updates his stats for the new level. In part 2, I'll be showing you solo and party gameplay, along with the use and function of all the other automatons.